Welcome back, beautiful beings. My name is Mackenzie, for those of you who are new here. And on this channel, we basically talk about whatever is coming up for me at the moment, and then we get to have a conversation about it in the comment section down below, because what I'm picking up from the ethers and from source is probably something you're also picking up, and so I think it's really cool to share that and then commune about it. So something that is very here in my life right now and very present in my life as far as lessons go is healing generational trauma and how that is actually so triggering. So for me, for those who don't know, I have a son. He will be 1 next month, which is crazy. I can't believe I've even been a mom for like a year. It was the slowest, fastest year of all time. And the biggest goal that I have in my day-to-day life is to completely sever and cut and put an end to pretty much all generational curses and generational traumas and cycles that I don't feel like are serving the lineage anymore. So with that being said, this whole video I wanted to make is just about how the process of that in real time is so triggering for us as parents, mainly because the way our parents reacted to situations is so like deeply ingrained into our psyche, into our subconscious, that when we're going through our daily life as adults, raising children for the first time, for me it's for the first time, this is my first time, there'll be moments where like I want to react a certain way just based off of my initial feeling and my initial emotions, but I literally can't afford to do that. So I literally cannot do that. And so it's really triggering because there's those moments where you wonder like, okay, like here I am as a mother or as a parent in general, and I am able to control myself to the point where it's like I'm pausing, breathing, and being like, okay, this is how I'm not going to react, this is how I am choosing to react. And then you just wonder, like there's those moments. Josh, this is Clay's uncle. So anyways, we're at the farm right now, so all the guys are out farming. I helped a little bit with the watering, but it's too hot, so I have the AC on in the car, and Clay is now awake thanks to Uncle in the back seat. But anyway, it's really triggering because there's those moments, I don't know for you, but this is something that comes up for me. It's like, if I'm able to choose this, it's like, why did my parents not choose this? You know, because it's like, there's those moments where it's like the love I have for my son is so overwhelmingly strong that like I will do whatever it takes to break every generational thing. And it's like, in knowing that, you just wonder like, where was the it's hard to say this because I know everything happens for a reason, and I know I was sent here to do the generational breaking. Not that my parents didn't do any, you know, because I mean, my parents never threw each other through walls, which is something my grandparents did. So like my parents did do some generational breaking. Like I can't like take all of the credit. That's literally not it. Like my parents and my grandparents broke something, but I'm here to break everything. I'm done. I'm done. And with that, it can become triggering at times as the parent, because you're like, why didn't I deserve this? You know, because I had to spend pretty much all of my early adulthood, early 20s. I'm 26 now, so pretty much all of my early 20s unlearning and trying to heal just to basically be able to function at a basic level, to function in society, because I was pretty messed up mentally and emotionally. And so it took a while to get to the point where I am now. I feel like now at 26, I can finally like function. Like I'm now going back to school because I feel like I actually have a fighting chance now, because I've healed a lot of things and I can actually function now, whereas earlier in life I was not able to function. My son is a wakey, and so I'm gonna go get him really fast, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I just went and got my son and hooked him up to the boob, so he is very happy. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's like my mission here to break all of the generational things. And for me, and probably for a lot of you, some of the biggest ones is like not abusing substances, which I don't have a problem with, so that one's easy. I don't drink. Like the most I'll have is like a mimosa every random few months maybe. But one thing about me is it's harder for me to ground and tether to earth, so I don't like using any substances because it makes it even harder for me to ground and tether to earth. So I just don't really. I can't even do caffeine. Like the most caffeine I can tolerate is like an Olipop, which I don't know if you guys have had Olipops before, but they're my favorite. Anyways, we're getting off topic. So yeah, there's like the main generational curses I would really like to just have completely done. I'd like them all to just be done and cut and clear and severed, but like when you don't know the whole truth of your entire lineage, it's hard to pinpoint. When you don't know the exact story or what has happened, you don't really know where things are stored or where things are coming from, but I try to do my best with what I know. And what I know is like, one example, the financial aspect. I feel like there's this huge financial like blockage in my family lineage where like, not that going to college is the only way to make money obviously, but nobody in my family is like well off. Like the most well off person in my entire family lineage is like slightly above middle class. Not like above middle class by any means, but like slightly above middle class. But most people are pretty much not doing the greatest. And as far as me growing up, it's like my dad was so amazing. He worked really hard. My mom struggled a little bit more than my dad, but not to get too into details, there's that financial wound. So like for me, it's like I'm making it a point to go back to school this fall, and I'll be graduated hopefully by the time I'm 30 or 31 is my goal. By that age, Clay, my son, will be school aged, and so I can work like 3/12s as a nurse and then be able to spend the rest of my week with my family and my son homeschooling and doing all the things that I want to do. And that will pretty much take care of the financial part because my son is never going to know financial struggle. Oh, and there's Clay's dad. Sorry, that was his dad. He came to get his PB&J fixins. But yeah, so hold on, let me get him latched. He wanted to latch on the other side. This is just real momming over here, you know. Sometimes he doesn't like this boob. Maybe not flowing quick enough for him. So he wants this one. Anyways, so like for me, I, in my early adulthood, really just like was finding all of the, not wrong ways necessarily to make money, but ways in making money that it caused me like more trauma. So like, I never really believed that I could go to school. I never believed I could get financial aid. I never believed that I was like even like worth it. Maybe because no one in my family line has actually like graduated from college. I don't know what it is. But it didn't even seem like attainable for me. But then I just like, I don't know, I've been moving through it and feeling through it and healing a lot of it. And I just feel able now all of a sudden. Maybe it's just due to the fact that, like I was saying before, now that I'm 26, I actually feel like a functioning adult. It could also be because I've heard that at around 25, your brain like fully develops. But anyway, so I'm going back to school, and it's crazy because I feel like once I stopped worrying about financial aid, it wasn't hard to get financial aid or to be on the route to getting financial aid. Whereas in the past, well, in the past, my parents were still claiming me on their taxes, so I couldn't in the past get financial aid. But anyways, there's just a lot of like money blocks in the lineage, and I feel like I'm like slowly removing them one by one and getting past it and being okay and making decisions for myself and for Clay that are going to result in a very, very beautiful future for us. We have a very beautiful present, but a very, very beautiful future. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but the main thing I wanted to talk about today was just like how triggering it can be when you're trying to break generational things, because you wonder like, okay, this isn't actually that hard to break. Like, why couldn't they break it for me? You know, so that I don't have to have all of this like heavy, dense stuff to work through all my whole young adulthood. And healing goes in layers, right? So it's like, yeah, that might have been the first few layers, but that might be something I'm working on for the rest of my life. I don't know. Maybe just in different aspects and different tones and different shades of color. But yeah. So I just hope that if you're on the path of breaking generational curses, I just genuinely hope that if you're on the path of breaking generational curses, that you can acknowledge that you were supposed to be the one to do it. And it's hard sometimes because we wish that our parents could have just done this for us. It would have made our lives a whole lot easier. But unfortunately, that's not the case for a lot of us. And so just being rooted in the fact that we were the ones chosen, we were the strong souls that came through for this purpose. My son wants to nurse the other side now, so we are trying our best. Hey, Clay. But yeah, just stay rooted and be, I don't know, for me, I'm trying to be more grateful that I was the one chosen to do this. Keep your nervous systems regulated as much as you can in this world, and that will aid in the challenge that the triggers may bring along your way. That's all I have for today. It's really hard for me to focus my thoughts on recording when my son's awake, which he obviously just woke up. And so that I think I had said everything I needed to say though. But I want to have a conversation about it. Like, leave in the comments down below, if you're a parent, which generational curses you're breaking and why and how. So maybe we could help each other, lift each other up in this hard thing that is breaking generational curses. Because it sounds easy and nice and like, woohoo, yeah, I'm breaking this, I'm breaking this, I'm breaking this curse, I'm breaking that curse. But it's like a whole lot harder than it sounds, and a whole lot more triggering sometimes than we can expect. So if you're on the path of mindfully and consciously parenting, thank you, because what you heal and heal in your child will ripple out into the world. That's how the butterfly effect works. But I gotta go and love on my son. I hope you guys have a great day. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell in the lower right hand corner so you don't miss any of my videos. I post every week a lot of short form content, but also a lot of long form. Leave in the comments too if there's a topic that like you want to discuss. I might discuss this topic more in depth later on, maybe not. It's pretty straightforward. But yeah, leave down in the comment section what you guys are working on. I'd really like to know, and maybe how do you cope when you're triggered by the curse breaking? Because there's that moment sometimes where you're in the midst of it, right? Like, our parents would have screamed and literally hit us, but we're not doing that, right? So it can be triggering because it's like, whoa, you know, it's kind of a big change to do in one generation. So yeah, much love to you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Stay blessed.